The night has finally arrived, bringing with it the deep, dark silence that covers the world. This is the time when the heavy doors of the day are closed, when the noise of human industry fades into a distant echo, and when you are invited, at last, to lay down the burden of being awake. It is a heavy burden, this task of being the one who watches, the one who decides, the one who keeps everything safe. You have carried this weight since the sun rose this morning, and now your shoulders are tired, your eyes are heavy, and your mind is longing for a place to rest. But often, when we lie down to sleep, a subtle fear arises. It is the fear of closing our eyes in a world that never stops moving. It is the unease of leaving the gates unguarded. We feel that if we stop watching, even for a moment, something might go wrong, and so we stay vigilant, even in our beds. We keep the lights of the mind burning, scanning the shadows, replaying the past, worrying about the future, trying to protect ourselves by sheer force of thought. But tonight, we are going to blow out that candle. We are going to relieve you of your post. You do not need to be the watchman of your own soul tonight. You do not need to be the solitary guard on the tower walls. There is a wisdom, ancient and profound, that tells us you are not alone in the dark. Thomas Aquinas, writing in the quiet solitude of the 13th century, turned his gaze toward the invisible realities. He opened the pages of the Summa to question 113, and there he spoke of a presence that changes everything about how we sleep. He spoke of the guardian angels, not as a fairy tale, but as a structural necessity of the universe, a provision of care so specific and so constant that it allows you to close your eyes with absolute confidence. You are tired, and your tiredness is a signal. It is telling you that you were not made to watch forever. You were made to pause. You were made to drift, and you can do so safely, because the watch has been taken up by another. So, adjust your pillow. Let your body sink into the mattress. Feel the support rising to meet you. The night is not empty. The darkness is not abandoned. You are about to enter a space of profound protection, where the vigilance is held by a mind that never sleeps and a strength that never fails. Let go of the tension in your jaw. Let go of the tightness in your hands. You are safe. You are surrounded. You are watched over. Let us sink deeper now into the reality of your present state, deeper into the sensation of the heavy limbs and the tired eyes. And let us consider, with the gentle gaze of philosophy, the profound fragility of what it means to be human, specifically what it means to be a human who must sleep. To sleep is to perform an act of supreme surrender. It is to voluntarily withdraw from the command center of your own life, to disconnect the senses that warn you of danger, to shut the eyes that scout the horizon, to mute the ears that listen for footsteps. When you lie down and pull the covers up to your chin, you are admitting, in the most physical way possible, that you are not a god, that you are not a machine of perpetual motion, but that you are a creature, limited, soft, and dependent. The world outside your window does not stop just because you do. This is a thought that, during the day, might cause you anxiety, but tonight we will use it to understand the necessity of your guardian. While you lie there, immobile and unaware, the great wheel of the cosmos continues to turn. The planets are hurtling through the cold vacuum of space along their silent orbits. The winds are shifting directions over the oceans. The tides are being pulled by the moon. The earth itself is spinning on its axis, carrying you through the dark at incredible speeds, and yet you feel none of this. You are resigned to a small rectangle of stillness, a tiny island of quiet in a universe of motion. You are absent, you are vulnerable, you are open. Thomas Aquinas, in his deep contemplation of the order of things, looked at this human condition not with judgment, but with a compassionate realism. He saw that unlike the Creator, who is pure act and never changes, and unlike the angels, who are pure spirits and never tire, the human being is a creature of change. We are fluctuating beings. We move from strength to weakness, from clarity to confusion, from wakefulness to this deep, necessary unconsciousness. Aquinas called us viators, travelers, pilgrims on a long and winding road that leads to eternity. But he noticed that this road is not always smooth, and the traveler is not always strong. The road of life is perilous, not just because of the external dangers, the stones that might trip us, or the storms that might break us, but because of the internal weakness of the traveler. We are prone to falling. Man, Aquinas writes, is of a changeable nature. We can choose the good today and miss it tomorrow. We can be full of hope in the morning and full of despair by sunset, and physically we are so incredibly delicate. A change in temperature, a microscopic virus, a simple lack of water, any of these can undo us. And this fragility is never more apparent than when we are asleep. When you sleep, you are trusting the world to be kind to you. You are trusting the roof to hold, the door to stay locked, the heart to keep beating. But Aquinas argues that this trust needs a foundation stronger than just chance. Because you are so valuable, and because you are so breakable, it is not fitting that you should be left unattended. It would be contrary to the wisdom of a providence that orders everything perfectly. A wise king does not leave his most precious, fragile treasures out in the rain without a covering. He does not leave his children walking on the edge of a cliff without a hand to hold. This is the logic of the guardian angel. The angel exists because you are fragile. If you were made of iron and stone, if you had the all-seeing eye of God, if you never needed to recharge your strength, you would not need a guardian. But you are not iron, you are flesh, you are blood, you are breath, you are a flickering candle flame that needs to be shielded from the wind. And so, the shield is provided. Imagine the profound relief of accepting this definition of yourself. The modern world demands that you be invincible. It tells you to hustle, to grind, to never show weakness, to always be on. And you have tried. Oh, how you have tried to be strong. But tonight, in the sanctuary of this philosophy, you can stop pretending. You can admit that you are breakable. You can admit that you are small. You can admit that you need help. And the moment you admit your weakness is the moment you unlock the power of the guardian. The angel is drawn to your fragility, like a mother is drawn to a crying infant. The strength of the angel is designed specifically to cover the weakness of the man. Aquinas tells us that in the hierarchy of the universe, the higher always cares for the lower. The strong serve the weak. This is not a humiliation for the angel. It is his glory. It is his mission to take his vast angelic power and wrap it around your small human frailty. Think of your body right now, lying heavy on the bed. The muscles are loosening their grip on the bones. The nervous system is winding down. The consciousness is fading like a radio signal losing its frequency. You are drifting into a state where you cannot protect yourself. If a danger approached, you would not know it. If a spiritual shadow fell across the room, you would not see it. But this is exactly why you can sleep in peace. Because the sentry has taken his post. The angel does not have a body that gets tired. He does not have eyelids that droop. He does not have a brain that gets foggy with exhaustion. He is a pure, burning intellect, a being of light and energy. And he stands between you and the night. He stands between your defenseless body and the chaos of the world. He absorbs the vigilance that you are laying down. You are the traveler who has pitched a tent in the wilderness for the night. The woods are dark, the sounds are strange, and you are weary from the miles you have walked. You need to sleep. But you cannot sleep if you are listening for every twig to snap. But then you remember, you are not alone in the campsite. There is a great knight standing watch by the fire. He is armed, he is alert, and he has promised to wake you only when the sun rises, because he is there. You can curl up in your blanket, close your eyes, and let the darkness take you. Your fragility is not a flaw, it is a design. It is the space where God's care enters your life. If you were not tired, you could not receive the gift of rest. If you were not limited, you could not receive the gift of guidance. So love your tiredness tonight. Love your heaviness. It is the invitation for the angel to do his work. Let the feeling of vulnerability wash over you. But let it be a comfortable vulnerability. Like being wrapped in a soft, thick quilt, you are hidden, you are covered. The world may be spinning, the winds may be blowing. But in this moment, in this square of the universe that you occupy, there is a stillness that is guarded by a power older than the stars. You are permitted to stop. You are permitted to be weak. You are permitted to be carried. The angel is the carrier, and you are the burden he carries with joy. Sink into this truth, and the angel holds the space. Everything is supported. Everything is accounted for. You can let go of the last thread of control. The thread will not fall. It will be caught, fragile, soft, protected, weary, heavy, watched over, small, silent, safe. This protection we speak of, it is not a vague, general cloud that merely covers the whole earth indiscriminately. It is not a distant, impersonal force like gravity that holds everyone down without knowing their names. Thomas Aquinas teaches us something far more intimate, something that speaks to the immense, terrifying value of your singular life. He teaches that each man has a guardian angel appointed to him. Think of what this truly means for you, lying there in the semi-darkness. It means that in the vast, glittering hierarchy of the heavens, among the legions of created intelligences that stand in the presence of the Source, there is one specific spirit, one distinct person, whose entire mission, whose entire history is bound up with yours. This is not an accident. This is not a random assignment drawn from a lottery. From the moment you were called into existence, from the very instant the divine mind conceived of you as a possibility, this guardian was given the charge. Keep this one. Watch over this one. Guide this one home. It is an order from the Creator, established in the unshakable structure of reality. You are not just one of billions to this guardian. You are not a number in a cosmic census. You are the specific charge, the focus of an undiluted attention that does not waver. Aquinas says that this guardianship belongs to the execution of divine providence. It is how God's care touches you personally, individually, specifically. When you lie in your bed tonight, feeling perhaps the smallness of your life against the vastness of the universe, realize that you are not lying there as a statistic. You are lying there as the sole assignment of a prince of heaven. This angel does not have 1,000 other people to check on. He is not distracted by the affairs of nations. He is not worried about the movement of stars in distant galaxies. His commission is you, simply you. Just as the sun shines on a single flower, as if it were the only thing in the field, this angel looks upon you as if you were the center of his duty, because you are. Let this realization settle the loneliness in your heart. We often feel abandoned in the night. We feel that our worries are too small for God, or that we are lost in the crowd of humanity. But the doctrine of the guardian angel tells us that isolation is an illusion. You are never truly alone in the room, even when the door is locked, even when the house is empty, even when the silence is absolute and the floorboards creak with the settling of the house. There is a presence with you, a presence that has known you since your beginning and will stay with you until your end. This guard is not a choice you made. You did not hire him based on your merits. You cannot fire him because of your failures. It is a gift inherent in your being. Just as you have lungs to breathe the air, just as you have eyes to receive the light, you have an angel to guard your soul. It is a fact of your nature, stable, permanent, unchangeable. It does not depend on whether you remembered to pray tonight. It does not depend on whether you feel holy or broken. The guard is there because you exist, and because your existence is precious to the order of things. Consider the dignity this confers upon you. You might feel weak. You might feel tired. You might feel insignificant. But the universe has assigned a high spirit to walk beside you. This means you are worth guarding. Valuable things are guarded. Treasures are watched over. If you have a sentinel of such power and nobility stationed by your side, it must mean that your soul is a treasure of great price. Allow yourself to feel the weight of this companionship. It is not a heavy weight. It is a grounding weight. It anchors you. If you were alone, you might drift, but you are anchored by this relationship. The angel knows the path. He knows the dangers of the road, and he knows the weakness of the traveler. He is not surprised by your fatigue. He expects it, and he is prepared to cover it with his strength. So, as you stare into the darkness behind your eyelids, know that you are staring into the gaze of a friend who is given to you by the King, a friend who stays, a friend who does not sleep. You can close your eyes now. The watch has been set, the shift has begun, and you are the object of a specific, eternal care. Now, let us turn our mind's eye away from your own heavy, tired self, and turn it towards the nature of the one who stands guard. It is easy, in our human way of thinking, to imagine the guardian angel as a kind of superhero, a human-like figure with wings and a sword, perhaps looking a bit like us, only stronger. But Thomas Aquinas invites us into a much deeper, more profound, and vastly more comforting reality. He invites us to strip away the images of feathers and robes, and to contemplate the essence of what an angel truly is. An angel, Aquinas tells us, is a pure intellect. It is a being of pure mind, pure spirit, unencumbered by the heaviness of matter, unchained from the limitations of biology. This is a creature made of light and thought, living in a state of perpetual, effortless wakefulness that we, in our exhaustion, can barely comprehend. Think of the burden of having a body. You feel it right now. The gravity pulling at your skin, the ache in your joints, the way your eyes burn when they have been open too long. Being human means managing a machine that is constantly running out of fuel. We have to eat, we have to drink, and inevitably, we have to shut down for hours every night just to function. Our attention spans are short. We get distracted by a noise, by a pain, by a random memory. Our vigilance is like a flickering candle in a drafty room, always threatening to go out. But the guardian who stands beside you tonight has none of these limitations. This vigilant intellect has no body to weigh it down. It has no eyelids that grow heavy. It has no muscles that cramp from standing watch. It has no brain chemistry that depletes after a long day. It is a being of inexhaustible energy. Aquinas teaches that angels do not gain knowledge by looking at things one by one, slowly, like we do. They know by intuition, by a single comprehensive gaze that takes in the reality of a situation instantly and completely. This means your guardian does not need to scan the room to see if you are safe. He knows the room. He holds the entire space in his awareness, simultaneously, effortlessly, perfectly. Imagine a beam of light that never flickers, never dims, never needs a power source, because it is light. That is the mind of the angel. It is a lumen, a living light that penetrates the darkness without struggle. When you sleep, you are entering a realm of shadows, a realm where your own reason goes dormant, but you are doing so under the canopy of this supreme reason. You are placing your unconscious self under the care of a superconscious being. The contrast should bring you immense peace. You are the stone that rests. He is the light that shines. You are the earth that sleeps. He is the star that burns. Because this guardian is a pure intellect, his attention is not like ours. When we watch something, we get bored. Our minds wander. We start thinking about ourselves. But the angelic mind is disciplined by its very nature. It does not daydream. It does not drift. Its will is fixed, immovable, and directed entirely toward its mission. And remember, you are the mission. This vast, powerful, ancient mind is focused on you with a concentration that is sharper than a laser and softer than a mother's touch. He is not distracted by the movement of the planets. He is not distracted by the songs of other angels. His intellect is locked onto your welfare. Consider the relief of handing over the thinking to him. All day long, you have been thinking, calculating, analyzing, planning. Your brain is tired of the noise of its own gears turning. You try to solve problems, even as you try to fall asleep. But now, you can realize that there is a superior intelligence in the room. One who knows the solutions you are looking for. One who sees the path you cannot find. You don't need to be the smartest being in the room right now. You don't need to be the most aware. You can be the one who knows nothing, the one who sees nothing, because the watcher sees all. Imagine a ship captain on the bridge of a great vessel in the middle of the ocean. He has been awake for days, steering through the fog. He is exhausted. His hands are shaking on the wheel. Then a new pilot enters the bridge. This pilot is fresh, strong, with eyes that can see through the fog as if it were clear day. The exhausted captain steps back. "You have the helm," he whispers, and the pilot nods. "I have the helm." The captain can go down to his cabin, curl up in his bunk, and sleep deeply, dreamlessly, because he knows the hands on the wheel are capable. You are that captain. The angel is that pilot. The transfer of command has happened. You are off duty. This guardian is not ruled by emotions that fluctuate like ours. He does not get anxious. He does not panic. He does not get irritated with you. Humans panic when they see danger because they feel helpless, but the angel sees the danger and sees the remedy in the same glance. He watches you with a serene, unshakable calm. It is the calm of a mountain watching a valley. It is the calm of the ocean floor beneath the waves. If you could sense his presence, you would not feel a frantic energy. You would feel a deep, stabilizing stillness, a stillness that says, I am here and I am not afraid. Therefore, you do not need to be afraid. You can resign your own vigilance. You can stop listening for the creaks in the floorboards. The angel hears them. You can stop checking the shadows in the corner. The angel sees into them. You can stop mentally replaying the conversation from this afternoon. The angel has already offered it to God. Every function of your mind that keeps you awake, the analyzing, the guarding, the worrying can be outsourced to this vigilant intellect. He is doing the work so you don't have to. Feel the space around your head, the space where your thoughts usually buzz like a swarm of bees. Imagine that space clearing, expanding, quieting. The angel's mind is like a protective dome over your mind, blocking out the static, blocking out the noise. Under this dome, there is only silence, a silence that is protected by knowledge. You are safe to power down. You are safe to let the thoughts dissolve into fragments, and the fragments dissolve into nothing. There is no gap in his watch. There is no moment where he blinks. There is no shift change where you are left unguarded for a second. The nature of a spirit is continuous presence. He is not here and then there. He acts where he is needed, and he is needed right here, beside your pillow, woven into the fabric of your night. Let your tired mind lean against his tireless mind, like a weary traveler leaning against an ancient oak tree. The tree holds the traveler up. The traveler doesn't need to hold himself up. Feel that support, mental support, spiritual support. The guardian is the oak, rooted in the will of God, branching over your life, unshaken by the wind. You can sleep, not because the world is safe, but because your guard is competent. You can sleep, not because you have figured everything out, but because you are watched by one who knows. The vigilance is his, the rest is yours. The wakefulness is his, the slumber is yours. Accept this gift, the gift of an unblinking eye that watches over you with love. It is a gaze that never grows heavy, a gaze that never looks away, a gaze that holds you in existence while you drift away. The watchman is on the wall, the light is burning, the intellect is alert. You are free, you are covered, you are kept. And now, let us move our contemplation from the guardian himself to the object of his care, to the specific, tangible reality of what is being guarded while you lie here in the stillness. It is one thing to know there is a sentinel, but it is another thing entirely to understand the scope of his shield, to understand how deeply and how intimately his protection penetrates your existence. Thomas Aquinas, with his characteristic precision, does not leave us guessing. He tells us that the angel works on our behalf in ways that are multi-layered, covering the body, the mind, and the path, creating a comprehensive sphere of safety that holds you together when you are too tired to hold yourself. First, and perhaps most comforting in this moment of physical exhaustion, is the guardianship of the body. Consider the vessel that you inhabit, this heavy, breathing, warm collection of limbs and senses that is currently sinking into the mattress. When you sleep, you abandon the body. You leave it lying there, utterly defenseless against the world. It is a profound act of trust to leave your physical house unlocked and unattended. But Aquinas assures us that the guardian angel has power over the physical realm. He stands as a barrier against the harms that could befall the sleeping form. He is the invisible wall that surrounds the bed. Think of the room you are in. It seems empty, perhaps, save for the furniture and the shadows. But in the eyes of the angel, it is a territory to be secured. He orders the atmosphere around you. He stands between you and the accidents of the night. He is the reason the shadows remain just shadows. He is the reason the silence remains peaceful. Aquinas speaks of the angels removing impediments, pushing back the things that would harm us, often without us ever knowing they were there. How many times in your life have you been saved from a danger you didn't even see? How many times did a sickness pass you by? How many times did a step in the dark land on solid ground when it could have slipped? This is the work of the bodyguard, the silent, effective preservation of your physical life. You can release the tension in your muscles because they are being watched. You can unclench your hands because they are being held. The angel is tending to the physical environment of your rest, regulating the peace of the room, ensuring that the vessel of your soul is kept safe until the morning light returns. You are like a precious stone locked in a vault for the night. The vault is strong, the lock is secure, and the guardian holds the key. But the protection goes deeper than the skin. Aquinas teaches us that the angels have a profound ability to influence the imagination. And this is perhaps the greatest gift for the sleeper who struggles with a restless mind. We all know what happens when the lights go out. The distractions of the day fade, and suddenly the mind becomes a theater of strange images, phantasms. The old philosophers called them memories of the past, worries about the future, bizarre fragments of dreams, fears that seem to grow larger in the dark. The imagination can be a chaotic place, a stormy sea that keeps us tossing and turning. But the guardian angel has the power to step into this storm. Aquinas tells us that angels can act upon the human senses and imagination, not by overriding our free will, but by calming the waters, by ordering the chaotic images, by suggesting peace. Imagine the angel as a gentle filter placed over your mind. He stands at the gate of your dreams, holding back the tide of anxiety, holding back the dark thoughts that try to intrude. He has the power to soothe the internal noise, to bring to mind a comforting memory, to settle the nerves with a spiritual touch that feels like a cool hand on a fevered forehead. If your mind feels like a whirlwind tonight, spinning with the debris of the day, visualize the angel stepping into the center of the wind. He raises a hand, and the wind begins to slow. The debris begins to settle. The images stop flashing so quickly. He is bringing order to the chaos. He is preparing the imagination for rest. You don't have to fight the thoughts alone. You can ask the guardian to sweep the room of your mind, to clear out the dust, to leave only the quiet, empty space where sleep can enter. This guardianship extends even further to the path of your life itself. Aquinas describes the angel as a guide who removes the unseen stumbling blocks. We are all walking in the dark, even in the broad daylight. We do not know what the future holds. We do not know the spiritual dangers that lie ahead. But the angel sees the road. He sees the map. While you sleep, he is preparing the way for your tomorrow. He is aligning the circumstances. He is smoothing the rough places. He is standing guard over your destiny. This means that even your tomorrow is safe. You often stay awake, worrying about what will happen when the sun rises, but the angel is already there. He is already working on your tomorrow while you sleep through the night. You can let go of the burden of the future, because it is being tended to. The path is being cleared. The obstacles are being managed. You are free to rest in the now, knowing that the then is in good hands. And it is crucial to understand the style of this protection. It is not a spectacle. It is not a fireworks display. You will likely not see a flash of light, or hear the rustle of giant wings, or feel a sudden gust of wind. Aquinas insists that the angels work invisibly. They are the silent, humble ministers of providence. They do not seek glory for themselves. They do not want to startle you. They want to secure you. Their work is like the work of the atmosphere. You don't see the air protecting you from the radiation of the sun. You don't feel the ozone layer, but it is there, constantly, effectively, shielding you from the void. The angel's protection is just as real, and just as vital, and just as silent. He is the spiritual atmosphere that surrounds your bed, breathable, safe, invisible. Because he is invisible, you must rest on knowledge, not on sight. You know he is there because the order of the universe demands it, not because you see him. This allows you to close your eyes. If you had to watch him to be safe, you would have to stay awake. But because he works in the unseen, you can enter the unseen realm of sleep with confidence. Feel the space around your bed right now. It is not empty space. It is not a void. It is filled with this protective agency. A shield has been placed over you. A canopy of care has been stretched out. Under this canopy, the air is still. Under this canopy, the fear dissolves. The monsters of the dark cannot pass through this shield. The worries of the world cannot penetrate this canopy. You are being tended to. The angel is smoothing the sheets of your soul. He is checking the locks of your heart. He is walking the perimeter of your consciousness, ensuring that nothing enters which should not enter. You are the protected center of a circle of power. Let this image sink into your subconscious. You are inside the circle. The circle is light, but to you, it feels like a warm, heavy blanket. The angel is the weaver of the blanket, wrapping you up, tucking you in. Your body is safe. Your mind is being soothed. Your path is being cleared. There is literally nothing left for you to worry about. The bases are covered. The watch is kept. Sink into the mattress. Sink into the knowledge of this total coverage. Body guarded, mind guarded, future guarded. All is safe, all is held, all is well. To reach the deepest level of rest, the kind of rest where the soul truly unbuckles its armor and lets it clatter to the floor, you must not only understand what the angel does, but you must also understand with absolute clarity what the angel does not do. This is crucial because often, deep down in our subconscious, we carry a hidden fear of the supernatural. We fear that if we open ourselves to the spiritual world, we might lose ourselves. We fear that being guarded might mean being controlled, or judged, or invaded. We worry that a powerful spirit might overwhelm our small human nature. But Thomas Aquinas, with his gentle wisdom, clears away these shadows. He paints a picture of a relationship that is defined by profound respect, by distance, and by a gentleness that never violates the dignity of the sleeper. First, and most importantly, the angel does not force. He does not seize the steering wheel of your will. In the philosophy of Aquinas, the freedom of the human will is a sacred space that no creature, not even the highest seraphim, can violate. The angel cannot step inside your mind and pull the levers of your choices. He cannot make you think a thought or choose an action against your nature. He respects the design of God, which made you a free being. This means you are safe from being hijacked while you sleep. This presence is not a puppet master pulling strings. He is a guide holding a lantern. Think of the difference between a master who commands a servant and a friend who whispers a suggestion. The angel is the friend. He influences us, Aquinas says, by persuasion, by shining a light on the good path, by making the right choice look beautiful to the imagination. But he never ever forces the foot to step. He stands beside you, not over you. He waits for your permission. He waits for your readiness. This should allow you to lower your defenses. You don't have to keep a wall up to protect your autonomy. The angel is not trying to breach the wall. He is standing guard outside the wall, ensuring that nothing else breaches it either. Secondly, the angel does not produce fear. Fear is the vibration of chaos. Fear comes from the unknown, from the unpredictable, from the dark. But the angel belongs to the order. He belongs to the light. His nature is stability. Stability. If you were to truly sense his presence, it would not feel like a spooky chill down your spine. It would feel like a sudden, warm cessation of anxiety. It would feel like the moment the wind stops howling and the sea goes calm. Throughout history, whenever angels appear, their first words are almost always, "Do not be afraid." This is not just a greeting. It is a description of their effect. If you are lying there feeling anxious, feeling spooky, feeling unsettled, know that this feeling does not come from your guardian. And because it does not come from him, he can remove it. He is the remedy for the fear, not the cause of it. He is the mountain that shelters you from the wind. And a mountain does not scare the traveler. It protects him. You can rest in the certainty that this presence is benevolent. It is on your side. It is for you, not against you. It brings a weight of glory, yes, but it is a weight that grounds you, not a weight that crushes you. Thirdly, the angel does not invade your secret self. There is a chamber in the center of your soul, the inner sanctum, where only you and God can enter. It is the place of your deepest identity, your deepest secrets, your deepest prayers. Aquinas teaches that angels do not have direct access to this inner chamber unless God permits it. They cannot read your secret thoughts against your will. They honor the privacy of the human spirit. This is a beautiful thought for the night. It means you preserve your privacy. You are not being spiritually X-rayed by a spy. You are being watched over by a sentinel who respects the closed door. He stands at the threshold, respectfully, reverently, guarding the house, but not intruding on the intimate silence of the bedroom. He knows you, yes, but he knows you with a knowledge that is discreet, a knowledge that is polite. He is the perfect gentleman of the spiritual world, keeping his distance so that you can feel free to be yourself, free to be messy, free to be tired, without feeling exposed. And finally, the angel does not judge. This is perhaps the fear that keeps us awake the most. We replay our mistakes, we cringe at our failures, and we imagine that any spiritual being watching us must be shaking his head in disappointment. We imagine the angel as a scorekeeper, tallying up our sins, sighing at our weakness, expecting us to be better. But this is a projection of our own insecurity. It is not the theology of Aquinas. The guardian angel is not a judge. He is a minister of help. His job is not to verdict you. His job is to assist you. When a nurse tends to a wounded patient, she doesn't judge the wound, she binds it up. She doesn't scold the patient for bleeding, she applies the bandage. The angel is the nurse of the soul. He sees your flaws. Yes, he sees your stumbles, but he sees them as things that need healing, not things that need punishment. He is not shocked by your humanity. He has watched you since birth. He knows your frame. He remembers that you are dust. There is no pressure in his watch tonight. He does not need you to be impressive. He does not need you to be holy before you can sleep. He does not need you to pray the perfect prayer. He is there because you are needy, not because you are worthy. His care is a reflection of God's grace, which is given freely, without price, without demand. So you can let go of the need to perform. You can take off the mask of competence. You can stop trying to be the good person for a few hours and just be the sleeping person. The angel guards the sleeper just as faithfully as he guards the saint. Let these exclusions soften your heart. No force, so you can be free. No fear, so you can be calm. No invasion, so you can be private. No judgment, so you can be accepted. The space around you is cleared of these negatives. It is swept clean of expectation. It is a neutral, safe, warm void, ready to receive your dreams. You are safe from the guardian, and you are safe with the guardian. He is the wall that does not fall on you, but stands between you and the storm. Accept this gentle definition. Let it dissolve the last knots of resistance in your stomach. There is no threat here. There is only a vast, silent, powerful friendship waiting for you to close your eyes. Sleep in the absence of pressure. Sleep in the absence of fear. Sleep. Now, we arrive at the pivotal moment of our night, the moment of the great exchange, the conscious, deliberate act of handing over the watch. Up until this point, you have been holding on, perhaps unconsciously, but your grip has been tight. You have been holding the keys to your safety, holding the map of your future, holding the weight of your own existence. Your hand is cramping from the effort. Your mind is weary from the constant checking and rechecking of the locks. But the time has come to unclench the fingers. The time has come to realize that there is another hand waiting to receive what you can no longer carry. Imagine, in the quiet theater of your mind, that you are a sentry standing on the wall of a great city at night. You have been on duty for 16 hours. Your legs are shaking. Your eyes are burning from staring into the dark. The wind is cold, and you are alone. You know you cannot leave your post because the city needs guarding, and you feel the crushing responsibility that if you fall asleep, the city will fall. This is how you live your life, always on duty, always on the wall, always afraid to blink. But then you hear a footstep behind you, soundless, powerful, steady. You turn, and there stands the relief guard. He is tall. He is made of light and strength. He is fresh. He is alert. He does not carry the weariness of the clay. He carries the vitality of the stars. He looks at you with eyes that see through the night as if it were day, and he holds out his hand. I relieve you, he says. Go down to the warm room. Go down to the soft bed. I have the watch. This is not a fantasy. This is the spiritual reality of the guardian angel. He is the relief guard appointed by the king. He is there specifically to take the shift that you cannot handle, the shift of the night. But for the relief to work, you must actually leave the wall. You must actually hand over the keys. You must trust him enough to walk away from the post. This transfer requires an act of the will, a gentle internal movement of surrender. You can do it right now, lying in your bed. Visualize the keys to your life, the key to your health, the key to your finances, the key to your children's safety, the key to tomorrow's problems. Visualize them as a heavy iron ring in your hand. Feel the cold metal. Feel the weight. Now, visualize the angel standing beside your bed, silent, waiting, capable. Extend your hand, slowly, deliberately, and let the keys drop into his open palm. Clink. The sound is final. The weight is gone. Your hand is empty, empty and light. Whisper it to the darkness. I resign. I resign from watching. I resign from worrying. I resign from controlling. I give it to you. You take the night. Feel the physical reaction to this spiritual act. The shoulders drop another inch into the mattress. The breath goes deeper into the belly. The forehead smooths out. You are no longer the sentry. You are the citizen. The citizen's job is not to guard. The citizen's job is to sleep, to trust the walls, to trust the guards. The sentry stands at the post alert, sword drawn, eyes on the horizon. The citizen curls up in the warmth, defenseless, trusting. You have crossed the line from one to the other. You have changed your identity for the next 8 hours. You are off duty. There is a profound humility in this. To admit that you are replaceable. To admit that the world will be fine without your supervision. To admit that a higher power can do a better job of protecting you than you can. This humility is the gateway to deep sleep. Pride stays awake because it thinks it is indispensable. Humility sleeps because it knows it is kept. I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. The angel is the agent of that safety. He is the hands of God's protection. By trusting the angel, you are trusting the God who sent him. Allow yourself to feel the emptiness of your hands. It is a good emptiness. It means you are not carrying anything into the land of dreams. You are traveling light. You are leaving the baggage at the checkpoint. The angel will watch the baggage. You just need to walk through the gate. The gate of sleep is narrow. You cannot walk through it carrying the heavy boxes of anxiety. You cannot walk through it dragging the trunk of the past. You have to leave them outside. And you can leave them outside because there is a guard posted there. Nothing will be stolen. Nothing will be lost. When you wake up, you can pick up what you need. But for now, drop it. Drop the conversation you regret it. The angel has it. Drop the fear of the medical test. The angel has it. Drop the confusion about the decision. The angel has it. He is strong enough to hold it all without bending. He does not feel the weight the way you do. To him it is light, because he sees the end from the beginning. The transfer is complete. The transaction is finished. The receipt is peace. Now turn your back to the door. You don't need to stare at it to make sure it stays locked. Turn away, curl up, face the wall, face the dark, face the nothingness. You are safe to ignore the world. You are safe to ignore the noise. You are safe to ignore your own thoughts. They are not your problem anymore. Let the relief wash over you like a warm tide, rising up from your feet, covering your legs, submerging you in the comfort of irresponsibility. It is good to be irresponsible for a while. It is holy to be useless for a while. God loves you when you are useless. He loves you when you are just a sleeping body, just a breathing soul. The angel stands tall. The angel stands firm. The angel stands ready. And because he stands, you can lie down. Because he wakes, you can sleep. Let go, let go, let go. As we settle into the final stretches of our contemplation, a quiet, nagging question often rises from the depths of the tired heart. It is the question of worthiness. You might be lying there, feeling the weight of your own imperfections, remembering the times you lost your temper today, the times you forgot to pray, the times you acted out of fear rather than love. And the thought whispers to you, but what if I have driven my guardian away? What if I am not worthy of this watch? What if my faith is too weak tonight to activate this protection? This doubt is a heavy blanket that suffocates sleep. It makes us feel that we have to earn our safety, that we have to perform a spiritual feat to keep the angel at his post. But Thomas Aquinas, peering into the deep logic of God's mercy, gives us the most comforting answer imaginable. He tells us, with the certainty of a man who knows the heart of the Creator, that this guardianship does not depend on your state of mind. It does not depend on your moral perfection. It does not depend on the strength of your will. The angel is not withdrawn, he writes. This is a statement of absolute, objective fact. It is not a poetic wish. It is a structural law of the spiritual universe. The guardian angel is not a fair-weather friend. He does not only stand guard when the sun is shining and you are feeling holy. He does not check your spiritual resume before he agrees to watch over your sleep. His presence is a gift, a pure, gratuitous gift of providence. And like all of God's true gifts, it is irrevocable. It is given because you are a human being created in the image of God, not because you have succeeded in being a perfect one. Think of the sun. It rises every morning, magnificent, burning, life-giving. It rises on the days you are happy, and it rises on the days you are grieving. It rises on the days you are productive, and it rises on the days you are lazy. The sun does not ask for your permission to shine. It does not ask for your worthiness to give you warmth. It shines because that is its nature, and because God commanded it to rule the day. The guardian angel is like that sun. He shines his protection upon you because that is his nature, and because God commanded him to rule your night. This means the protection is constant, uninterrupted, unbroken. It is a steady stream of care that flows over the cracks in your life, covering them, shielding them, healing them. You do not need to generate the energy to keep the angel there. You do not need to hold on to him. He is holding on to you. Imagine a lighthouse standing on a rocky promontory. The sea around it is turbulent. The waves are crashing. The storm is howling, but the light at the top of the tower turns and shines, rhythmically, steadily. It does not flicker when the waves get high. It does not dim when the wind screams. It is built to stand. Your guardian is that lighthouse. Your emotions are the waves. Your fears are the wind. But he is the tower. He is not moved by your internal weather. He is not shaken by your doubts. This is a profound relief for the sleeper, because it means you don't have to be spiritual right now. You don't have to muster up a great feeling of faith. You don't have to recite the perfect words. You can just be. You can be empty. You can be dry. You can be numb. And the guard remains exactly the same. The angel accompanies the soul, Aquinas says, through all the twisting paths of life. Even when the traveler stumbles, the angel does not abandon the patient because the patient is sick. That is when the doctor is needed most. The angel does not abandon the child because the child is crying. That is when the mother is needed most. If you feel weak tonight, if you feel broken, know that this draws the angel closer, not further away. Weakness is the magnet for mercy. You can trust the objective truth over your subjective fear. Your feelings are real, but they are not the truth. Feelings change like the clouds, blowing across the sky of your mind, taking different shapes, turning dark, then turning white. But the angel is like the sky itself, behind the clouds, vast, blue, permanent. You might not feel him, just as you don't see the blue sky during a storm, but he is there. The fact of his presence is independent of your awareness of it. This allows you to relax the effort of believing. We often try to believe hard enough to make things true, but you don't have to make this true. It is true. It was true before you were born, and it will be true after you die. You are simply resting in a reality that is already there. You can stop checking your spiritual pulse. You can stop analyzing your conscience for the night. There is a time for that, but it is not now. Now is the time for receiving. The angel is the giver. You are the receiver. Be a good receiver. Open your hands, open your heart, and let the care flow in. There is no gap in his watch. There is no shift change where you are left alone. The angel is a spirit, and spirits do not take breaks. He is not checking his watch, waiting for the morning. He is existing in a state of loving attention that does not waver. He is entirely present to you in every millisecond of the night. Think of a mother holding a newborn. Even when she sleeps, a part of her is listening. A part of her is connected. But the angel is even better, because no part of him sleeps. He is fully connected, fully listening, fully aware. The cord that binds him to you is made of divine command, and it cannot be severed. So, if the thought comes again, am I alone? Answer it with the fact, no. If the thought comes, am I safe? Answer it with the fact, yes. If the thought comes, do I deserve this? Answer it with the fact, grace is not deserved. It is given. You are resting on a foundation that is not made of your own efforts. It is made of God's love. The angel is the expression of that love, standing tall beside your bed, a pillar of fire in the night, a pillar of cloud in the day. Let this certainty become the pillow under your head, solid, cool, soft. You are resting on a fact, not a wish. The fact holds you up. The fact surrounds you. The guard is uninterrupted. The care is unceasing. The love is unending, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you did, regardless of who you are. He stays, he watches, he keeps. Sink into the consistency of it. Sink into the reliability of it. Sink into the permanence of it. You are the object of an eternal commitment. Rest in that commitment. Rest in that bond. Unbroken, unshaken, unsleeping. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And so the journey of thought comes to its quiet, inevitable end. The night is fully established around you, heavy, dark, and silent. We have walked through the corridors of the mind. We have examined the fears that keep us awake, and we have laid them to rest one by one. The arguments are finished. The questions have been answered. The need to understand is fading into the need to simply be. Thomas Aquinas has closed the book. The ink is dry. The logic of the universe has done its work. It has built a floor under your feet so you can stop falling. It has built a roof over your head so you can stop weathering the storm. Now, there is nothing left but but the shelter itself, and the peace of inhabiting it. You can turn off the last light in the hallway of your mind. Click. The sudden darkness is not a void. It is a presence. It is the shadow of the guardian's wing, covering you, hiding you, keeping you warm. The time for thinking is over. The time for trusting has begun. You have given your permission for the world to spin without you. You have given your permission for the problems of the day to sit unresolved in the corner. They cannot touch you now. They are on the other side of the wall, and the angel stands at the gate. Feel the profound stillness of the room. It is a stillness that vibrates with safety. The air is cool and still. The objects in the room are resting in their places, and you are resting in yours. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You are doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. You are a creature returning to the Creator's rest. Under the watchful eye of the Creator's servant, there is nothing left for you to do. Absolutely nothing. The list of tasks is erased. The demands of the will are silenced. The world has been handed over to the providence of God, and your soul has been handed over to the care of His angel. This is the moment of total release, the moment where the grip finally loosens, the fingers uncurl, the jaw drops, the shoulders sink. You are free to drift now, drifting away from the shore of consciousness, pushing off into the deep, calm sea of sleep. The boat is sturdy, the water is glass, the pilot is awake. You do not need to steer, you do not need to row. The current of grace is taking you, slowly, gently, towards the horizon of restoration. Let your breathing become the only sound you hear, in and out, in and out. It is a rhythm, ancient as the tides. It is the rhythm of life, sustaining itself without your effort. Every breath is a gift. Every breath is watched. Every heartbeat is counted. You are being lived. You are being held. The guardian is not impatient. He is not checking the time. He is settled into his watch. He is standing like a mountain, immovable, silent, permanent. His presence surrounds the bed like a fortress. Inside the fortress, there is no fear. Inside the fortress, there is only the heartbeat of peace. If a stray thought tries to enter, imagine it hitting the shield of the angel and dissolving like a moth hitting a flame. It cannot reach you. You are too deep. You are too hidden. You are tucked away in the secret place of the Most High. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You will never be alone. The lie of isolation is broken. The truth of companionship is established. Even in the deepest sleep, even in the strangest dream, the tether holds. The angel is the anchor, and you are the ship resting in the harbor. Feel the heaviness of your limbs. It is a good heaviness. It is the gravity of the earth claiming you for the night. It is the physical sensation of safety. When we are unsafe, we are tense, ready to move, ready to run. But when we are safe, we are heavy, we are immovable, sinking into the earth. Be heavy now, be stone, be lead, be earth. The sentinel is at the door. The sword of light is drawn against the dark. The shield is raised against the chaos. The perimeter is sealed. Nothing can cross the line without his permission, and he gives no permission to anything that would harm you. You are the treasure. He is the keeper. The treasure does not worry about being stolen. The treasure just shines in the dark, waiting to be found by the morning sun. Shine in your rest. Shine in your trust. Drift deeper and deeper. The words are losing their meaning. They are becoming just sounds, gentle vibrations in the air, like the sound of rain on the roof, lulling you, soothing you, burying you in comfort. The angel is the blanket. Pull him up to your chin. The angel is the pillow. Rest your head on his strength. The angel is the night. Cover yourself in his protection. There is no more I. There is no more you. There is only the peace, the vast, silent, enveloping peace. Sleep now, little charge. Sleep now, beloved soul. Sleep now, guarded one. The watch is kept. The night is still. All is well. Sleep.